Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am in Kazimierz, very old part of Kraków. Used to be a Jewish district of Kraków. I'm not sure at this moment how big is the Jewish population here. I know there is still some. Very artistic part of town, and where I am actually right next to the Basilic, Corpus Christi Basilic, that has been established in 1355. So this is the Gothic building, and you will see the footage from the inside at the end of this video. I just recorded a little walk inside, so if you're interested in seeing how this place looks inside, stay all the way to the end of this video. And I think what we are going to do, walk around a little bit here, and then we go to the main square, if I still have more things to share with you. But let's start with this. I just want to say thank you to everyone who posted really nice comments yesterday under my video with support. I appreciate it very much. Your watching my videos is something that I very much am grateful for, and I want you to know that. And I will say one more time, ask you to join me on locals, because we are heading to quite intense times. They are already intense, but I think they will be even more intense. And why I'm saying this to you guys is because I came across one information that led me to another information. But before I say all of this, I would like to remind you about the video that I have posted last year. This is the video that actually on my channel had the most views, reaching now almost 400,000 views, which it's a lot on my channel. And you can see it on the main page. By the way, this is the basilic right here. You can see it on the main page of my channel. So when you go on the main page, the opening video is that video, and in that video I was discussing what they were planning to do in case of emergency and state of emergency, and how the laws were in the process of, there was a legislation that was waiting for the approval. Let me go back. So yes, if you go back to this video, I will attach the link again below so you can watch it. It's probably one of the most important videos that I have posted, and some people were not taking this seriously, but it is serious. So just one second, let me pass. Guys, things are actually happening. I just came across this yesterday, that article that says state of emergency. The peace government is preparing big changes. Peace, when I say peace, you know, means law and justice, the party that is governing Poland. And the article goes: the draft on civil protection and the state of natural disaster was adopted on Thursday this week by the Standing Committee of the Council of Ministers. The assumptions of the draft law on civil protection, this is what I was talking about in that video, prepared by the Ministry of Interior and Administration, were presented by the government in June last year. I recorded video in September. Consultation on the project have been underway for months, including negotiations with local government officials. We'll attach the link, you can read it. So it looks like we have a balloon, everyone. Maybe this is the balloon. Sorry. This made me laugh, actually. I think his gut is showing me like, cheer up, Anya, cheer up. Yeah, so we have the balloon. We found it. Great. It's in Kraków. Okay, so when I was reading this, which means they looks to me, I might be wrong, I hope I'm wrong, they approved that legislation in case of natural disaster, the emergency, and the civil protection. I found another thing that is from last year, to be exact, from October 8th. And there was a person who I don't know, because I don't know all those people, that is representing kind of like an opposition party, and he was giving an interview, and in that interview he made a few very important statements. So I'm gonna read this to you, and I think the best way for me is to find a place to sit down, because he's actually making a very important statement in regards to what Law and Justice is planning to do. And this is something what I was telling you for quite some time, that they want to hold on to power by all means and create kind of replay of 1981, which means to implement the announce the state of emergency or natural disaster. And I want to read this to you. I just have to go to the square to take a sit. So meanwhile, you can look at the buildings. When you come out of here, come out right there. This is the square. Okay, we're almost there. It's not raining today, so that's a good thing. I can record outside. This article, actually interview, it's recorded. So if you understand Polish, you can just listen to it as well. It says pretty much in a nutshell what has been going on. And I have a sense that this is exactly what's happening right now in Poland, guys. I hope this will be a good spot to read it with some privacy as much as I can have. All right, let's go through this. Is peace considering a state of emergency? This is the question from the journalist. And this person from this opposition party says that he has confirmed that they are planning this. They are planning a state of emergency. Unfortunately, in the strictest environment around Jarosław Kaczyński, you know who he is. He's the leader of this party, and his brother died in Smolensk, plane crash. Unfortunately, around Kaczyński, there is a talk about a variant of the state of emergency. It would be a repeat of 1981. The instruments of peace policy come from the People's Republic of Poland. We are talking like the times before 1981. There is a conflict for huge money, says this person. His name is Paweł Zaleski, and he is the MP of Polish 2050, here it says. In the podcast Radio Z, he says, the logic of this power is to sit on those institutions from which money can be drawn. The Prime Minister is the person who has the greatest ability to fill lucrative positions. We're talking about Morawiecki. Question here is, will Morawiecki lose his position? This is, mind you, from last year. And this guy answers, the change of the PM is possible and might take place in a few months. Last year. However, Kaczyński, who is aware that today the dismissal of Prime Minister Morawiecki does not give him any benefits. From the point of view Law and Justice, Prime Minister Morawiecki has compromised himself. I think Kaczyński wants to see how Morawiecki will deal with the energy crisis and the coal crisis. If he does not manage, Kaczyński will make a change just before the elections in the spring, which will refresh Law and Justice. It is about the head of the government. We could replace him with, and he had the idea that Kaczynski wanted to replace Morawiecki with Błaszczak. You know who is Błaszczak? Błaszczak is the head of the Ministry of the National Defense, the one who has all this situation now going on with the racket, the one who's flying regularly to Washington, buying more arms, etc. Let's continue on this because this is important here. However, Law and Justice might decide on a completely different solution, much more drastic solution. Unfortunately, in the strictest, closest environment of Kaczynski, there is a talk about a variant of the state of emergency. How would this be justified? This situation in the East, by the situation in the East, and creating a sense of danger. This process is already taking place. I think that Law and Justice is seriously considering the possibility of introducing a state of emergency that will postpone the election, and they have many instruments for this, illegal, extra-constitutional, but so far it has shown that it will stop at nothing. So they will stop at nothing. The instruments of peace policy, of Law and Justice policy, come from the People's Republic of Poland and have the impressions that is connection between Gomułka and Jaruzelski. Those of you who know history know who was Gomułka and who was Jaruzelski, General Jaruzelski. So here are my thoughts. Before I end this video, everything you connect the dots. Last year they proposed this new, well, actually it wasn't quite new, it was like a additional correction to the in case of emergency and natural disaster, which means more control. So they proposed this, and it was just legislation. For all those months they were trying to force it and push it and to be to go through. It looks like this week, I might be wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like that is already approved, which gives unlimited power, in my opinion. Now from this is again from last year, it looks like, again, this is the plan. How you create the fear narrative of the situation in the East, of the threat, to then use it to implement that state of emergency, to then not to have the election because of the state of emergency, so you can hold on to power. This is just so simple to put all those things together, isn't it? And people believe in the danger that's coming from the East, and they don't see what's really going on. I really hope I express myself today, because I'm walking around like a lunatic here on this square, trying to avoid people so they don't hear the names that I'm saying, but it is what it is. I would like to hear from you guys, because I already know this is all process. If Morawiecki was not replaced, it means he will be part of this. By the way, many of you don't know, there are some talks, I've heard this already many times, that he could be running for the president. I don't know how he's, I mean, we know how, if he wins, how he wins, but there were some talks that that's what his plan is, to when Duda no longer is in his position, that Morawiecki will be the next president. God save us. So this is what I have for you, everyone. Very, very intense time might be coming soon, and then again, like I said before, the election is in November. We have now what, May? A few more months. You have to create more danger from the East. You have to buy more weapons to make more money. So hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And you have to brainwash more and more people. I'm gonna leave you with this. Please join me on Locals. And this is not a joke. And follow me on Instagram, which you can see just the beauty that I focus on. And check out my website as well. I will have an announcement. My brand new book for children will be ready very soon, and I can't wait to tell you about it, what it is about. And I see you in the next video, guys. Lots of love. Hit that like if you appreciate the news, and I see you in the next video. Bye, guys.